Hey friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Today we are talking about the 2 new magical horses that have been added to Star Stable and their pets. So let's head over to Gary Goldtooth between Jasper's Old Barn and the Moorland Lighthouse to meet these brand new dazzling crystal animals. Okay, so right over here on Gary's little camp, we have where the magical horses come in and out of rotation. We do still have Berkir and Hanami in for a couple more weeks, but the 2 new horses that we're talking today are Calder and Ephyra. So the theme for both of these horses are that they are magical, mood-changing crystal horses. The story goes, long ago 2 tears slipped from Aideen's eyes to land in a mountain pool. These tears trickled through the water and over rocks, forming crystals along the way. When the tear-infused water reached Mistfall, it splashed over 2 horses, passing beneath the waterfall, and sprayed their coats with magical Jorvikian crystals. The dazzling Calder and Ephyra emerged from this cascade. The description goes on to explain that Calder's ability is to amplify strength and power, while Ephyra's is to amplify peace and harmony. I don't know if this is just like a weird thing or an oversight to me, but they specifically gendered Calder and Ephyra, with Calder being male and Ephyra being female, or at least using she, her, and he, him pronouns respectively. I'm not quite sure why they did that, because they do still give you the option to choose for yourself when you personalize your horse. And checking the other horses, they are kind of generic, like a random breed of their own. So it says the Hanami instead of saying Hanami themselves, like it's its own breed of horse. I think they do the same thing for Berkir too. Yeah, the Berkir is the horse of birch trees. So I mean, unless they're the only one, I don't know. But I guess they specifically said that Calder and Ephyra are kind of the only horses of their kind, which is also weird to me because, you know, you're not going to be the only ones with these horses. So it says it splashed over 2 horses, and it doesn't say it creates a I don't know. That's just kind of like a weird description thing to me. I don't know. It's very early, and I'm probably thinking way too deep into this. But anyways, these are the 2 magical horses. Calder's the purple one, Ephyra's the blue one. Calder's non-magical coat is the silver bay, and Ephyra's non-magical coat is the silvery blue dun. I would like your non-magical coats to stay, but apparently I'm not allowed to have what I want. So personally, I'm kind of leaning a little bit towards Calder because I love his non-magical coat. But I know that's probably not like, you know, the reason to get a magical horse. But honestly, stunning. I love you. I can't also complain because purple is my favorite color. That said, I am personally going to wait a little bit before I decide to get them because I don't have a whole lot of star coins, and honestly I wasn't really planning on getting them today. Only because I do have a Paso Fino that I got right after the winter event, and it wasn't my favorite horse to train, and I know it's just another Paso Fino, so I have not 100% decided yet. I might, but I'm not going to cave at the end of this video. Again, these horses are based on the Paso Fino, and they are 950 star coins. Ooh, hold on, hold the phone. I like the tack you put on that horse. Have you sold this horse to me? I think you have, because that's the Halloween bridle, which I don't know if I have it. I like the saddle pad, I like the saddle. Okay, you've probably sold me on this horse, but I'm gonna think about it because I don't have any of that tack. And these are the 2 magical horses. Nope, that's not it, they're cats. And these are the 2 magical cats, Loch and Theia, that go with both of these horses. Like I said, I'm definitely not going to cave at the end of this episode by getting the horse. I'm going to think about it for a little bit because I'm not going to be that SSO person who goes and buys every single horse and buys like 5 of them because I can. Because I can't, because I don't have that much money. So we'll revisit this later. I have until... That said, these horses are going to be here for 3 weeks, and they will leave during the Wednesday update on March 29th. So, you know, we got 3 weeks. So that is it for this week's update, but let's talk about all the stuff that's coming in the next couple weeks because they finally released a new Next Up in Jorvik. Today's update, like I said, was already all about the 2 new magical horses and their pets. That's covered. We're good. Next week, however, Loch and Theia is moving to Southhoof from his location by the Silverglade Riding Hall. So there will be a new Horses of Jorvik at Southhoof Peninsula, and this time we actually have a new race, supposedly. This will be an endurance race that will take you down to the beach and back again. It says, better get dressed because it looks like it'll rain quite a bit. An endurance race is perfect for the Marwari, Aquatique, and the Arabian. So if you have those horses to train, make sure to save that for the next week. It seems like the way that they're doing Horses of Jorvik, Loch and Theia will pretty much be always on Jorvik, just at a different place for each month, which I kind of like. I think that that's quite neat. On March 22nd's update, we have a new quest. Anne has been asked to help train a young horse from Jorvik stables. For safety reasons, one should not be alone while handling youngsters, so Anne would really appreciate your help. Team up at Steve's farm to help youngster Cayenne learn how to be a riding horse, and maybe spending some time together will help you get to know Anne a little bit better. That's exciting. I'm excited for some Anne story time because we did not get a whole lot of time with Anne to learn her personality. I mean, aside from her, well, spoiler alert. I'm not going to say it, so spoiler alert. But anyways, I think it would be really cool to learn a little bit more about Anne and just kind of get to know her better. On March 29th, and this is the update I am most excited for in these next coming weeks, it's titled Effortless Riding Ahead. Your horses from now on will give you a whole new riding experience thanks to the new state machine. Transitions between gates will be much smoother and faster. Taking on fences will also be easier now that your horse will no longer need a break between jumps. Epic jumps! I'm so excited for this. Taking on terrains of Jorvik will be much easier. Implementing the new state machine opens up many doors for what we can do with our horses and is a step towards releasing the new player character. We're getting close. We're getting so close and I'm very excited for this. So if you don't know what a state machine is, because truthfully I did not, they did talk about it in a recent blog post for February in the section about the player character update, and I will read that section here. To dive into details, we had to synchronize the horse state machine with the character state machine. What is that, you might be asking yourself? It's a system to manage different types of animations, running, walking, crouching, and their relation to each other. They ask, can you transition to one another, and what does a transition look like? Which conditions does it need to take into consideration? Until now, our horses and characters didn't use this technology, and the current player character won't use it at all. The horse state machine will be implemented first, and you'll get plenty of details about what the system does and it will allow us to do in the coming weeks. The character will benefit from this improvement when the character update arrives. I highly recommend reading the rest of that article because it was very cool, and I love the blog post because they release them every month and they tell you some insider stuff about what's going on behind the scenes that we don't get to know about, and they give us tons of updates as to what is coming next and kind of like little teasers as they can. So especially if you're interested in the player character update, go back in the news and see where they started and where they are now and how close they are. It's all very exciting. Anyways, that is currently what is up for Next Up in Jorvik. At the very, very bottom of the Next Up in Jorvik, it also says this: prepare your horses. We are getting ready for the Equestrian Festival. So, the next event is going to be the Equestrian Festival, which is our spring festival, which seems like it's going to happen sometime in April, which is very exciting. I am ready for a new event. I have been saving my showings. There's also a bunch of spoiler videos kind of coming out now with some of the stuff that they're going to be adding to the Equestrian Festival, and honestly, it's all very chef's kiss. So, I'm not going to spoil it here, but I mean, if you're interested, just go ahead and do a little quick Google search. That's all I wanted to talk about today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss another video like this, and I will see you all in the next episode, where there'll probably be another update, because I don't have a video planned for this week. Next week, though, I think there's going to be one next week. Fingers crossed. We'll see. Goodbye!